Thank you. The next song, it's a new song I just wrote recently. It's a song called I've Got Mine. So if I mess up a bit, it's only because it's the first time I've performed it live. So in most cases, it is not easy when they leave behind their home, family and friends, absconding, persecution, war and drought, reaching their destination. Actually, the question you asked me, how did it all start? It probably started much earlier than that. It probably started when my PA Patrick started working for me about 4 years previously or 5 years previously. As I mentioned earlier on, I'd been big into writing poetry, and that's as far as I'd gone. But Patrick, when he started working for me, he actually was a guitarist. He still is a guitarist. No, actually, he says he's not a guitarist. He says he's a piano player, keyboard player, But I trained, so I actually trained him how to play the guitar, and trained him into my kind of music, because he's a jazzy head, And I mean, I said, no, I'm not singing jazz. I'm sorry, So no, he's a great country guitarist.
So anyway, this is the way we work.
This is how we all started. This little microphone you see on my table is the microphone, believe it or not, that we record into. It's only I paid £10 for it about 10 years ago. Maybe not quite that long ago, but I mean it's only an ordinary computer mic, and with the right programs, it actually works quite well. To get the first takes down, anyway, And then by using another program called SoundForge. This program that we have open here at the moment is Cubase, and we can record as many tracks as we want using this. I never knew how to use this program until Patrick came along and showed me how to use it. And then when we got the tracks recorded, we can go into another program called SoundForge, where you can edit the songs and do noise reductions and so on and so forth, and get the quality much better again.
So you edit the WAV so now?
Yeah. And as I said, this little microphone on my desk here, basically Patrick plays the guitar into that, get the melody together first, and then I'd come along and I'd sing the words into it afterwards, and we just keep working on it until such time that we're both happy with it.
Very good.
So we'd sit here for hours on end, basically, on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon, sometimes at 2 or 3 in the morning. A couple of beers later. Okay, that's enough for one night. Then after Scruffy Murphy's were fine. Well, the whole album idea came about when I was in work one day, and I saw this advertisement on the notice board in work from the Arts and Disability Forum in Belfast. They had an ad for funding for artists with disability. So I said I'd give it a go. I mean, didn't really take it seriously at the time. It was a grant for £5,000 sterling up for grabs. So I said, sure, give it a go, And the closing day was about 2 weeks later, so it was mad work for the next 2 weeks. Basically, I just came home and when I applied for the application form, I got the application over email and didn't have my first draft, thinking it was, that's grand, it was being very basic, and I emailed it back to them, and she emailed me back, oh, you have to go a bit more detailed in ABC, and then I got, so I was up to 2 or 3 o'clock, about 3 or 4 nights before the deadline, getting the submission together, put a lot of work into it and sent it off and thought no more of it, and I said, sure, I'll forget it. Probably won't get it anyway, So, and then, about a month later, I got a phone call to say that I was successful with my application, and I believe I was the second person ever to get the highest, the maximum grant. And so my immediate reaction was, oh my God, shit, what is this good or is this bad? Obviously it was good, but I mean, I knew it was going to mean a lot of work, and I was going to have to take my music much more seriously now. Instead of, I was going to have to do something now with it, part of me was delighted, part of me wasn't delighted, but I mean, I was probably just scared because it was a whole new area that I was getting into, in relation to my music. So anyway, I got stuck in there, got my first installment, and I found an accessible recording studio, which incidentally was very hard to find. I ended up finding a Temple Lane recording studio, which is the Temple Bar Music Centre, and so we went in there and we recorded for really 6 days in total in there, over the 3 or 4 weekends, and that was really, really great. I really enjoyed that. Part of it was great fun. The recording part of it was really good fun, going in there and recording the music and just seeing what was involved in relation to, putting a whole CD together or whatever. The mixing part was a pain in the ass, having to, sit there and listen to the same song for about 20 times over and over again. Race, bass, race, bass. See what's in my backyard, so what are puppies supposed to do? With few amenities on site, life can be very hard. Ethnic minorities are people too. A race space, don't put me in a place. A race space where I can't see your face. A race space, don't put me in a place. A race space where I can't see your face. Nothing special, just uniform status is what we would all like to hold, without bother or commotion, or without fuss, unhindered a choice not told. A race space, don't put me in a place. A race space where I can't see your face.
Because I could have gone in there and done a lead vocal for anything, straight off, no bother. I could have gone in and done keyboard parts straight away, no bother. But actually, the type of guitar I'm playing is quite tough for me. I mean, I'm actually playing slightly ahead of myself, ability-wise. So, some of them were very, very, very tough. I mean, there was a running joke between Hubert and me that, Hubert would get everything in 2 takes, and then I'd try and get the guitars down, and we'd be up to take 8 to take 9, and I'd still be making mistakes here and there and everywhere. It was a lot tougher on me, and because we were limited time wise, it puts extra pressure on you. So I think I'm reasonably happy with what I ended up managing to do.
This is our second session. We were here all day yesterday and we've been here since 11 o'clock this morning. We're doing all day today. We're doing 2 weekends time again. We'll be here all weekend again.
So what's this, 4 days basically again?
4 days recording, and then maybe I have to arrange a date then for mixing, which will be another 2 sessions again. But that's not the recording done. It's basically just getting all the levels,
right?
Together and so on and so forth. So seemingly that's supposed to be the most tedious part, and it's the most boring part as well, because we're not singing, we're just playing and mixing.
Mix around.
Excellent. Good panic. Now it's put the bass line.
So what are you actually doing there now?
The version that's of the Cubase at home, and I'm kind of recording them all so we can put them into the multi-track.
These are the ones you did yourselves, was it, before you
So
came?
these are the ones we've done at home.
There you go.
That we're playing along to.
We're colored squeeze and cultures. We did a lot of not in my backyard, so what are puppies supposed to do? With few amenities on site, life can be very hard. Ethnic minorities are people too. A race. Yeah, and so basically now I'm bitten by the bug, and the end product now is my album, which was released last December 2003. I named it Look Deeper. I had it launch in December in the Temple Bar Music Centre. It was attended by about 70 or 80 people. So went really well. Sold loads of CDs, you know, and I've been basically just got in there in time for the Christmas market, and you know the CDs are going fairly okay now. I've sold about 200 copies to date. Like, that's only in 2 months.
Hello, everybody. I have a little job here this evening. My job is to introduce one or two people, and I'll start off by saying hello for myself. I'm Martin Upton. I'm involved with the Centre for Independent Living, and a friend of Hubert's. Gee, dangerous thing to say these days. I'm his younger twin, is that it? Right, and I usually get to keep his hats when he throws them away over the years. So, for myself, I'm like all of you here. We're here to celebrate Hubert's achievement, and to have a few babies as well, I'm sure, and to promote this venture. So I'm going to call now on Donald Tolan, and he's going to do the business, isn't it? Are you officially launching, Donald? I think that's it anyway. So, okay, Donald.
I'm very pleased to be here, and I'm very glad that Hubert has got to this stage in his career. And I know he's already thinking about the difficult second album, and I listened to the music over the past week, and what's incredible, knowing Hubert over the years, there comes a certain stage in the evening where people would ask him to sing, and certain songs would ring out as being favourites. And what's wonderful about this album is that it has a collection of Hubert's own work in terms of his ideas and thoughts and issues, and which is a rarity in terms of music and song nowadays, and that there is somebody's passion and ideas about things that he feels strongly about is reflected in this, as well as the songs that Hubert will no doubt continue to be called on at certain stages in the evening to sing. It's really an incredible collection in terms of the diversity of songs that are there. An honour and a privilege to be associated with this launch. He's asked me to read out some messages for some people who couldn't be here. And this is one from someone called Christy Moore. And it says, I'm not going to read it in a mimicky Christy voice. I'll read it from Christy as it's written. Some years ago, Hubert and me set up at CIL a workshop, and a gang of us worked on a bunch of songs together, and what I remember most, apart from the songs, is the great crack we had. I heard beautiful words too, and made solid friendships. I wish I could be there today to renew those friendships and to be at the launch of Look Deeper. I know this album was spawned that Saturday morning when Bono joined us for a few songs, and I could see Hubert thinking to himself, Jesus, sure I could sing as good as that fella. Well, here's the result. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and don't be trying to drink the gaff dry and ride on. That's from Christy. Here is one that I will do as a mimic. This is from Senator David Norris. Well, I congratulate Hubert McCormack on the production of his CD. He is a courageous, articulate man who gives a voice to the disabled. With every best wishes, David Norris. And I know that David would indeed have liked to have been here tonight, but Hubert has many of his friends surrounding him, and I think you all will join with me in congratulating him. And you don't want to hear more talk, you actually want to hear some songs. Hubert.
Thank you.
What can I say now after them kind words from Donald, you know? By the album, don't worry, I won't forget to say that. None of you have been out of the room without buying an album, at least one. There's a couple of people I'd like to thank before. I'm going to finish up now, with a couple of songs from the album. But before I do, there's a couple of people I'd like to thank. First of all, I'd like to thank the man here on my right, Patrick, who started working with me as my PA about 4 years ago. And it's all his fault really that we're here today, I suppose, because he brought his guitar one day to work with him. It's still in my house, he won't take it home. But he can borrow it anytime he wants, like, you know. So thanks a million, Patrick, for all your help in relation to getting me started and so on and so forth.
It didn't take that much blush.
I'd also like to thank the Arts Council who funded the production costs of my CD. Without that, I definitely wouldn't have done it also. And then also to CIL and MDI for additional sponsorship and support along the way. So that's all the boring stuff out of the way. I'm going to sing a couple of songs now from the album. So before I do, get a drink of water. It's a song called Looks. Build a body, what does it matter? Shape or size, should it really set the tone? Some people believe we spoil the landscape. Our days so blind with a limited intake. At the first glance it is this that they see, contorted imperfect features, not me. Rid that perception and look once again, and what you will see, through me it will be. Look at and not through, and converse as you would do. An image shouldn't matter, 'cause we're equal like you. Things that are left or unrestrained motion means we're not daft, or we haven't a notion. We're equally able to consider and choose, exchanging opinions and airing our views. Look at and not through, and converse as you would do. And images matter, 'cause we're equal. Okay. The next song is a song which I wrote after hearing. I wrote a song after hearing about an article in the newspaper or on the radio about a lot of refugees who were found dead in the back of a haulage truck about 2 years ago in Waterford. So I was horrified to hear about that incident, and as a result I wrote this song. It's a song called I've Got Mine. In most cases it is not easy when they leave behind their homes, family and friends, absconding, persecution, war and droughts, reaching their destination. Many want them out. Have they taken your jobs? I've got mine. Have they taken your dough? I get mine. Do they live in your house? I live in mine. Do you sell cars to here? I find. If you've no work or no home or no claim, they're not to blame. They've enough on their plates, condemn those that reign. Loaded or well off is what I've heard some people say. If they can afford to pay big bucks to be on their way. But to start off the voyage, they had to sell everything they own to pay some crook that does not care how they end up or where. Have they taken your jobs? I've got mine. Have they taken your dough? I get mine. Do they live in your house? I live in mine. The next song is the title track off the new album. It's great for you to say that. It's a song called Look Deeper, and it's self-explanatory, you can explain it. So there's plenty of wine there now in the jars along the side there. Feel free to walk away now. Have a couple of drinks. You probably need them, listen to me. Look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, here's what you should see. Look deeper, just another you and me. We all have the same requirements, but our needs are not the same. We all have the same formation, but we may not look the same. We may speak with the same tongue, but we may not sound the same. We perhaps believe in God, but we may not pray the same. So look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, here's what you should see. Look deeper, just another you and me. Do not see me as being different, 'cause I do not look like you. Do not listen to me differently, 'cause I don't sound like you. Do not view me as being different, 'cause I do not think like you. Do not view me differently, I'm a person just like you. So look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, here's what you should see. Look deeper, just another you and me. Regardless of what you do, regardless of what you say, regardless of what you think, we're all the same. If you look deeper, we're all the same if you look deeper. So look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, tell me what you see. Look deeper, here's what you should see. Look deeper, just another you and me. Okay, this next song was inspired by a poem which a good friend of mine who I don't see here tonight, maybe she's down the back there somewhere, Rosa McDonough. Are you here? No. Anyway, this song was inspired by a poem which Rosaline wrote, a poem called Stuffing Brown Envelopes. And I remember I was going to ask her for permission to turn it into a song, and I said no, I won't ask her because she'll tell me no, she won't let me. So I just did it anyway. And then when I did it, I played it to her and she loved it. So it's a song called The Tiger I Never Saw. They still call me a trainee, though I've been here 20 years. And the boss, he's only working here a wet day. He treats me like a minor, says I'm doing a great job. And the wages that I get, oh no, you wouldn't call it pay. I know the ins and outs of this factory so well, and an allowance I still get after all these years. With no promotion ever in sight, after all the time I'm here. They say it's for my health, it's more important than my career. Being exploited, being abused, taken for granted and being used. The tiger that has come and gone, I never saw. If you're working a full day, you would expect to get full pay. But it doesn't always work out that way. They say exploitation does not happen to anyone these days. Yet we don't get promoted and they don't improve our pay. With no strikes, with no trade unions, with no rights or with no say. I'm here because I'm special, so I don't get proper pay. So I cannot have a drink, and I cannot have a holiday. I cannot buy myself new clothes, cause the tiger never came my way. If you're working a full day, they would expect to get full pay. But it doesn't always work out that way. Okay, I'm going to finish up now because if you want to hear any more of my songs, you have to buy the album. Okay? So this is one of the first songs I wrote. So to get a song, it's like clap your hands and stamp your feet if you can, or stamp whatever you can. It's a song called You, and it just goes like this. This song is about disabled people. It's about non-disabled people. It's about travellers and other ethnic minorities. It's about homosexuals and heterosexuals. It's about everybody. It's about me. It's about you. Why? Because you are, here you are, here you are, here you are, here you are. You are, here you are, here you are, here you are, here you are. You are, here you are, here you are, here you are. Right through my childhood and into my teens, you brought me joy and affection in reams. It may not have been easy when I wasn't at home, but with the love that you gave, I felt never alone. From my teens to my 20s, you were always about. It felt good you were there, and of that there's no doubt. You gave all that you could, and very oftentimes more. And that's one of the reasons why